Hello, and welcome to the Vibes Podcast, episode 21, The Comeback. Don't call it a comeback.
Yes.
We believe Yeah. No, that's not going to get us DM stated on YouTube at all. Nah, there's been worse.
Nah,
Can't even
no.
watch episode 12 because of the title, which I changed, but it still won't let me do it. You can still listen to it on Spotify, though. And it would be nice of you. If you are new to our audience, I will say this at the start because a lot of people won't get that. But we are on YouTube, we are on Spotify, and we are on Apple. We're on a bunch of other things. We're actually also on Google. We're on loads of different platforms. You can listen to us anywhere. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Please. I know it sounds stupid. But it really helps with the analytics if you guys can do that. Because to be fair, I didn't get anything back. Nothing was happening on my end. I'm not doing
Or if you like the blue button turns
But
blue,
considering people asked me to redo this, and do this podcast again, obviously people want it.
Yeah.
But we weren't getting any feedback.
Imagine if this doesn't. Imagine
Silent.
no one watches this.
No one watches this podcast.
You come back and they're just like, nah, mate.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, we
It's
enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did.
Enjoyed doing it. It's the thing of it just got like. Eventually, it was just drowning.
No one was
also,
in.
nothing was happening anyway. It was just one of those things. Stuff happens. We weren't getting paid for it. It's a free thing that we do in our spare time.
Yeah.
I don't expect anyone to pay me to do it either, considering it's a small podcast with about.
Yeah, and last year was quite important to you guys.
9 people listening.
9 people, bro.
9. Probably average viewer base, apparently. Which is surprising. A bunch of idiots are listening to us at this very moment. We know who you are.
Well,
we know who you live.
Well, not yet.
Well, not yet. Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
But now, right now, this instant,
right now, this instance, they will be.
They can hear us.
Whoever they are. Yeah.
They're here, right?
So hopefully by the oh, actually, we might not have the new logo. We might have to release this on a Sunday. Because we have to wait for Joel to get back because he hasn't given it to me yet. Right. So, as you introduce it differently, the reasons we were gone, which, if you listen to the last, 5 episodes of the 20 episode period, you would have realised why. Because it was just me and Ryan. And eventually, it just got down to us ranting a bunch. So, we have new things. New big things coming. We're going to have a Grind My Gear segment, where a human being called Joel, not Joel, a different human, is going to come in and he's going to rant about stuff. It probably is going to be halfway through, but it will be a bit more organised than usual. So he'll rant about something, we'll riff off it. We'll continue from there. We're going to be featuring more guests than usual. I'm trying to get a couple of people to do it. Some people have actually asked about it, surprisingly.
Yeah, we might get some music reviews as well.
Might get some music. Might get new music. We're going to have an animation on YouTube eventually, which I haven't done this week, but I probably will be doing next week whenever I find out when my college times are. Because I've just woken up basically at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. every single day since. And then I woke up and everyone's like, oh, you should do this, I'm like, oh. And I have to do a bunch of other stuff, and then by the time I've done all that stuff, everyone's doing that stuff, and it's just, it's annoying. But I'll get it sorted.
Yeah.
And eventually, this whole podcast thing will have a new look. A bright new spanking logo. Some nice music.
Maybe some.
I don't know about the music thing. Nobody really cares about the music. I think the music's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe if I want to, I'll do one. Animation on the other hand.
Change it if you want, yeah.
Do.
Or what if on Halloween we have a spooky one?
Could have a spooky one for Halloween. It is coming up to a spook test. Spookfest time. Spooky pumpkin time.
Spooky pumpkin time, indeed.
It's strange, Halloween. It's just one of those side holidays. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like the only holidays that really happen is just Christmas. And then kind of summer. Because obviously I don't have any other religious holidays to go to. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't have Hanukkah, I don't have anything else. I don't see anything.
Yeah, in America, they seem to overdo Halloween, and we're
Oh,
just
they
like,
love
me.
it. They love Halloween. It's one of their most favourite things to do. It gives
But in
everybody an
America, only
excuse
some
to
states is
dress
like
up.
freezing cold. Whereas in England, in October, it's just like, nah, me. It's not that cold.
It's alright. It's not too bad, actually. It's alright, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So we'll be trying to get a lot of other people on the podcast. If you do want to be on the podcast, message me. Message the account, or message me at Bongo Smuggler. Just one of the two. Either way works. Doesn't really matter. And with that, I think it's good. We were originally gonna have Joel and Niall on. Niall's actually ill. Joel's not actually at home. So, like the previous episodes, it's just me and
It's just
Ryan.
gonna be us, yeah.
So yeah.
And Darwin and Joel don't exactly see eye to eye anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Oh, it's a couple of vibes drama.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
Hey, yes. We ordered a lot, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's strange.
Strange.
They'll sort it out eventually.
Yeah.
There's not much to be done. Yeah. With that, we'll look at everything that's been done since the last time. We stopped recording at about February, January-ish, I think.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Jesus, a lot of shit has happened.
What's really funny about that is in episode 20, I can very distinctly remember me looking back through the entire episode, trying to find things that I might need to censor. And I remember making a Prince Philip joke.
Oh no.
Doesn't exactly age
Oh.
very well. That was
Yeah, he fucking died.
He's dead now.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
canal
people getting
things
vaccinated, bros.
People
getting
vaccination.
vaccinated.
I've got vaccine. Ryan's got
I've got
vaccine.
both of them, yeah. Strange time.
People are getting it. COVID for Bleeds Fest.
People are fucking dying, bro.
It's one of those random
Still.
things. People are just doing all this random crap. It's strange. No, I don't get like the anti-vax things.
Nah.
I don't know if
Fucking
I
retards.
don't think we have actually talked about this. I think we've like mentioned it in passing, but
Well, no, because back then it wasn't
it wasn't too prominent.
as big.
Now
Because
it's
we
really
weren't really
big.
sure. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh, you must get it. And they're like, no, I didn't want it. The government's going to track me. Like, how many people do you think the government needs to track? They don't need to track everybody. They only need to track the people.
Especially people that are
actually gonna do
anti-vaxxers. They don't need to track them.
anything. Well, actually, the fact that they're anti-vaxxers, they would track them regardless. Of
Oh,
who
yeah,
gets the
yeah.
vaccine.
But I mean, they're brain dead, so they don't really care about them.
It's
They don't like-
just it's that mentality of just, wow, I only think about this. I don't think about what else would happen.
Yeah, and loads of people that don't get the vaccines, then when they're dying or like get COVID really bad,
It's
their
like
last
the,
words are always, "Oh, I should have got the vaccine," or "Oh,
Yeah.
I should have warmed up." Yeah.
There's a running theme of people not really thinking about it. And it's
Yeah.
again yawning. Why? I hate this podcast.
You're tired, bro.
I'm not tired. I woke up at 2.
Well, you must be, bro. Oh, fuck you, bro. Alright.
Just,
What the fuck
I
am I-
wait for 7 hours. It's not exactly the longest.
Oh, Afghanistan.
Oh yeah, and Afghanistan. Kabul's been taken by the Taliban. Didn't realise we were back
man.
20 years.
Yeah.
It's one of those things of.
Well, I mean, it always
it's just-
happens
It
like that.
was, it was gonna happen. Eventually. If
Yeah.
they were ever gonna pull out, it would have just happened. There would have been a large amount of rioting. I don't think Kabul would have been taken if they stayed for a bit longer. But it's the thing of, when you realise how long America and the UK have been in Kabul, and just Afghanistan in general, and they thought they had a really stable army at that point, didn't they?
Yeah.
Basically immediately folded though. They thought, hey, we can probably withdraw and they'd be fine. But they were wrong. Military advisors probably did tell them, but we don't know. We probably won't ever know. We might know. But for now,
And they gave
we
him
have not a
their
clue.
shit.
Whatever somebody told Biden, whoever told Trump, whoever told Obama, because everybody, every single time one of those presidents went to office, they talked about it. Because strangely enough, if you're in like a 16, 12, or 20-year war, you're gonna know about it, and someone's gonna tell you about it as soon as you get into office. They're gonna be like, well, do we want to continue this? And to be fair, it isn't really our place to stand on. It isn't. It's not. It's just one of those countries where it's just chaos everywhere, and you've got the Taliban, you've got all these different groups as well, you've got the government. It's just how long can you stay there till you fixed it? People were there for 20 years. Nothing changed. Immediately as soon as we left, died. 20 years of foundation building for what? Nothing. It was a dumb idea to go in the first place, and somebody had to take the fall to get out of it. It's just one of those things. They went in, they killed the leader, and they should have just left. That's what should have happened.
Oil though.
Fair enough, human rights. But if you're gonna do that, then you may as well get everybody involved. It shouldn't just be America. It shouldn't just be UK. It should, and I know like France and some other countries were also there.
Yeah.
But that should be a NATO effort. That should be a UN thing to do. You go into Kabul.
Yeah,
take
Joel
it back.
always says that America tries to be the police of the world.
Yeah,
it doesn't go very well.
It shouldn't just be America, because America have been trying to like control how the world works for 7 years, or several years, ages.
Yeah.
It all started with the goddamn communist bloc and all that, because they were like, oh, we must stop the spread of communism, and now it's all the way to Afghanistan, where it's like, oh, we must stop these Taliban, and then that didn't work.
Yeah.
And to be fair, when America does that, some countries do support it. Most likely Britain. Though I don't think any British troops were sent into Vietnam. A lot of them, UN troops were sent into Korea. It's just one of those things. Of just they were there for a good reason. But then there's the people that wanted to pull out, and they saw how badly it happened. They went, oh well, shouldn't have pulled out then. It was like, well, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I can look about like 5 years back, where you were like literally saying, like, you know, even some people literally had like messages from like a month ago when they were talking about it, or like stuff like that. You know, like, finally, Biden's pulling out of Afghanistan, and then it went wrong, which it probably would have gone wrong anyway. I'm not gonna lie. Strangely enough,
and then we're like, huh?
If you're from the Taliban's perspective, which is a bit of a strange one.
Yeah.
If you were like sat in your like cave, or you were sat in like some random house somewhere with your AK, and somebody ran in and went, "Hey guys, you know that military power that's been stopping us from taking over the country for the past 20 years? Guess what? They're about to leave. What do you think they're gonna do? They're not gonna be like, I guess we'll sit back and watch them leave. No, they're gonna rush in as fast as they possibly can and try and take them.
Yeah.
Take as much as they
And
can.
it worked.
Everybody's been out, and guess what? It worked, because all of American troops, every single one of them, pulled out of what the areas were, or where they were. They came to the capital, and they flew off.
Dude, how long do you think these terrorists were planning this? Probably since they came there.
Yeah,
they were preparing.
They've been waiting to take back the country for several years. It's not like they've been sat there and being like, well, I guess we've lost, guys, better just sit around. No, they've been trying to take back the country while America was there as well. They haven't been hiding. The leadership has been, but they've been talking to each other. It's not exactly like, oh, well, just a bunch of idiots in the countryside. No, it's a genuine military and force. It is mostly a militia.
Yeah.
They basically don't have training. Some of them actually do, though, because there's a lot of, we can't call them mercenaries anymore, military contract groups associated with the Islamic faith are actually helping Islamic radical terrorists, because technically it's not illegal to do so. It's the same thing with military contractors with America. America hires military contractors all the time, and they do a bunch of work with them. Military contractors, by themselves, actually went back into Kabul to save troops.
Yeah.
So, military contractors are really bad. They can also be really good. It's one of those things where there's a good side and a bad side to every single coin. It's just whatever. It's the same with, like... It's just one of those things. It's a complicated
Oh.
situation, and anyone that can sit there on Twitter and talk about it really doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, they're all like 14-year-olds that don't know anything about
Even if
like.
they aren't 14, even if they're 20,
No,
even if
yes,
they're 30,
sometimes they
even
don't
if they're
know what they're
40, if
talking
you
about.
have no clue what the hell is going on, shut up.
But it's and the fact that the 14-year-olds getting involved, like, oh, but like America, like they don't understand the full situation. They just look at it as, but people die. It's like, yeah,
Yes, people die.
well done.
Unfortunately, it happens. We saw that with COVID.
And then
We saw
there's
that
the
with everybody
retards
else,
that go, oh, just
unfortunately.
kill the terrorists. What do you think we've been doing? Huh? That's what we're trying to
Not
do.
exactly
But once
easy
you
to
cut off
do.
one head, if you cut off one
Another
guy,
takes its
how
place.
many? Yeah, another takes his place. It's like the fucking
It's like
Hydra or
Hydra,
whatever.
bro.
Like, yeah,
It isn't exactly a regular war. Nobody stood outside in a field with a flag slapped to their arm. It could be anybody.
yeah. It
This is
wasn't.
the entire
Yeah,
point of the
exactly.
war, is the
It's like
fact that they
Nam.
can't
Like
find
they
out
didn't
who
know
it
who they were
is.
killing or who the bad guys were, because the terrorists don't exactly go, "Hello, I'm a terrorist."
To be fair, I will
They
say,
blend in.
in Nam, it was one of those wars, but it wasn't at the same time, because there were a lot more firefights and regular warfare in Nam. They were just really good at hit
Yeah,
and
but
run, and
sometimes there was like
hiding
the
in
villages where
cities,
they'd
in
hide in
villages.
villages and cities and
Because
that.
strangely enough, if you are native to the land, you're going to look like you're native to the land. And guess who else is native to the land? Your neighbour. The person you grew up with and that doesn't want to be
Yeah.
shot by the Americans. But guess what? They got shot by the Americans. So you decided to sit in a village and be like, communism's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just daft. And a lot of people don't know what they're talking about when they talk about ideologies anyway. Oh, this friend of mine.
No.
It's just people need a lot of people in this world just need to learn when to shut your mouth. If you do not know what the hell you are talking about, or you have seen someone else say that, there is no need for you to talk about it unless you have a large influence on Twitter, or if you're like, I don't know, some big celebrity. There is no reason for you to talk about something and
Yeah.
show it to someone else, because then at that point you are just spreading nonsense. If you are talking
Yeah.
about it in the sense of, wow, I am spreading news, then thank God. But if you're talking about it in the sense of, wow, this is terrible, shut up.
Shut up.
It's one of those, it's just... Also, there's a lot of people on, at least internet celebrities nowadays, it's always internet celebrities, and a couple of regular celebrities nowadays, do not know how to act
Yeah.
online.
No.
One of the surprising ones is Dream. Which I usually think he was genuinely alright. I didn't like... I hate it when people are like, oh, Dream, better shoot someone. It's like, no, it's the fan base. You can't blame the creator. But there are times you can blame the creator. Many of those being the people that spam out, like, a bunch of random other things. And also, they chased up this, Dream mentioned this one thing on, a random subreddit or something, and it chased up into the thing. It went up higher than it should have been. People were actually talking about it. It was with a 100k YouTuber.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but when you are a 10 mil sub YouTuber, maybe 20 mil, I don't know how big Dream is now.
Yeah.
If you are that big of a YouTuber, you should not be picking fights with someone that is 100k YouTubes. That is a very big standard of. You don't need to talk about it because you are no longer just people on a school ground or people
Yeah, they don't
in real
seem
life.
to understand
You
how to
are
handle
a
fame.
massive figure in this sphere of influence that is impacting someone's life. You
Yeah.
have a bigger thing than we do. Say this podcast get big. Say it does. Say maybe 100k people listen. Or maybe 10k. Even
Yeah.
10k. Even 1,000. If we say something, it should reflect on what people listen to us. Because people, strangely enough,
Yeah.
like to follow people they like. It's just how it works. It's just... There's a
Yeah.
lot of mob mentality in this world. A lot of people don't realise that. It's not just, wow, this person likes this thing, that means that I like it. There are people like that, but there's just sometimes that these small influences of, wow, maybe I'll get this drink because my influence, I saw him drinking that and you said it was alright, so maybe I'll buy it.
Yeah.
You trust someone that you like. That's what happens. So you trust the information you say, and they trust what they say. Which is why all these dream stands are so fanatic about it. Because they're
Yeah.
already pretty fanatical. Which is kind of cringe. And there's also, I don't know what it is for dream stands, but for some reason, I think it is because of COVID. Maybe it is. I think it genuinely is because of lockdown that kids are like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably is.
They're like,
Gone insane.
they have so much merchandise. And they have so much like random stuff. When I was younger, I didn't really have any YouTuber merchandise. I didn't have a flag.
No, people would get bullied for that. They generally would have.
I had a t-shirt. I had a couple t-shirts. I have t-shirts. I've got Vanos t-shirts.
These little kids with like dream hoodies going to like.
But
if they went to my school, they would get bullied so bad.
Cosplays, Lamamberg like flag, a bunch of other random stuff that you don't need, and it really just doesn't put. You do not want to turn yourself into. Your identity does not need to be someone else's work.
Yeah, it's weird.
Cool, as a cosplay, it's probably alright. That's pretty sick. Guess what? Cosplayers don't usually walk around town wearing said cosplay.
Yes, all these kids have become like homeschooled. If you know what I mean, they've become like because
this is
they don't have to act around.
This is probably one of the most influential years of the internet in everyone's life, because this is the only way for about a year and maybe a half, depending on who you talk to. This is probably the only way people have actually communicated with people. Is online.
Yeah.
The only thing they could watch is online. They can't go to the cinema. They can't see people. No, they have to see them online. And that's why people have been sat there, and that's why they're so obsessed with this stuff.
Yeah, this lockdown's affected people so differently. These kids, and then like people with like mental illnesses, just fucked people basically.
A lot more people are a lot more like knowledgeable about the internet now, which is great.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot more people that are just going insane, and a lot of the celebrities are absolutely horrific online. They're seeking attention like it's nobody's mate. Like, just shut up. Who cares? This is not your place to talk about triumph and hardships when you make like, I don't know, $1 million a month.
Yeah. I don't understand them understanding us, but some of them just say shit to get attention, to be like, oh yeah, I feel bad for you, like me. It's like,
if you're gonna be nice, be nice, but like, don't expect anybody to do something.
Yeah, when did the Bo Burnham thing come out? Inside.
Oh, Bo Burnham came out like
Inside?
July, I think.
Oh yes, we haven't spoke about that yet.
We haven't spoke about that.
Pretty fucking good.
It's really good. The return of Bo Burnham, especially during this time, which actually does kind of link in as well.
Yeah, because he was talking about how like it affected him and
it affects a lot of people.
Like the internet,
everything. Out of all the people, Bo Burnham can actually talk, because it's not like exactly like Bo Burnham just kind of was given stuff as a silver platter. He actually worked for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say the one kind of like comedian profession I can get behind is comedians, or the one kind of like media profession where you're like big on a stage and you're doing this is comedians. They work really, really hard. Even if you're a small comedian, you are working a lot. You have to do a lot of stuff. As an actor, you can be a pretty like medium actor, and to be fair, you don't have to do too much work. It does. For all those really good actors, it's amazing. I respect you. I give you my full heart, and you deserve to be paid that much. Because there's a lot of actors that really don't deserve it.
Yeah. It's just in everything, or just dog shit actors. They get paid loads.
Yeah, you've got these really good actors. I was like, wow. Like, who's it again? Who plays? Oh my god, why can't I remember what their name is? He's in Breaking Bad. He's in Mandalorian, and he's in
Giancarlo Esposito.
The Boys. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great actor. He's gonna be in Far Cry 6.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
He is probably one of the best actors that plays bad guys, or not even bad guys, just people of that kind of like nature, where they're just cold, calculating, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like fucking when he plays Gus, he's fucking terrifying.
He is amazing. When he plays Gus, he's great. When he plays Moff Gideon, he's great. When he plays the guy I can't remember the name of from The Boys, he is amazing.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I'll
I
figure it
can't remember. He's meant to be. Is he meant to be like the? I don't know if he's actually the leader of Vought or like the CEO.
No, I think he's like a
just
high.
he's like the financial manager or whatever the crap. I don't know what he is.
Yeah,
I know he's not the leader. He's very close to it.
but yeah, he's great.
I believe
and in
he's meant
Far
to
Cry
be
6
very
he's gonna be
reminiscent
great.
of what the leader is, or the CEO, I mean, of it is. Which is like,
Maybe he is. I don't remember.
Oh no. Is there a
We
third
Joel,
season
we
of The
need
Boys
Joel.
coming out? Because that
Yeah,
ending.
yeah, there is. Because it's not over yet. And
Of course it's not over. How can they leave it on that kind of cliffhanger?
and what else is there? Oh, Invincible.
Yeah.
Was that out?
Oh,
Think so.
Invincible. Omni-Man, everything like that.
I don't think we spoke about that. You know.
No, we haven't.
Oh, fuck you know.
We'll talk about Bo Burnham though first, because we
Yeah,
skimmed
talk
over it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So Bo Burnham, if you don't know who he is, he was a comedian that I believe stopped doing work around 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Around that kind of time period, because he felt the comedian kind of like thing kind of it to be fair, it did get a lot like it just got a
Yeah.
lot.
And he started having panic attacks on stage,
Yeah.
which is, like he says himself, is not the best place to have panic
Yeah.
attacks.
He's one of the success stories of YouTube. He was originally on YouTube for
Yeah.
like 2007, maybe 2009, around that time period.
Was he on Vine for a
started.
bit as well?
He was also on Vine. He was really good. So that is the only success story of a regular YouTuber. I think I could be completely wrong. Tell me if I am. He's probably one of the only YouTubers that actually became a professional and well-known comedian.
Yeah.
He's well known, and he's really well known now, especially because all the white girls got him. Like seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah, Inside it's a Netflix special that basically is it's a
Kind
comedy
of like-
special. It's
Yeah, it's like
comedy
comedy,
slash actually
but
like introspective
it's just
look.
like, you're kind of like a documentary, not really, but
Of
kind
how
of.
Key and everyone else is doing stuff, and just generally
Yeah.
about random topics.
And he sings songs about like, just like stuff that's happened,
Yeah.
like in 2020.
And it's an amazing special. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah, don't
It's
go
great.
in watching it like thinking it's gonna be hilarious, because it is pretty
It,
sad and depressing at points, but it's kind of
It's
just
really-
seeing his reaction
it's
to it.
really well made. It's really
Yeah.
well edited. It's really well done. Go watch it. It's probably one of the best things in 2021, hands down.
Yeah.
Bo Burnham is an absolute legend.
Welcome to the Internet is a great song.
Welcome to the Internet. It's
So-
probably one of the best songs. In
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual special. It's a very good comedy song, and it's also just a very good comedy, like very good song, just about the
Yeah,
internet.
it's a very good depiction of the Internet, isn't it?
Yeah. He nails it
It's
quite
great.
on the head.
Yep.
It's just that laugh. I know it became like a meme or something, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Man, it was
It's
the
a
one.
great
It was
laugh.
the one thing that I was not expecting from 2021 was Bo Burnham.
No. Yeah, literally as he was about to come back to do comedy, that's when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So he got fucked.
I would not even have expected him then either. I would have just been like, wow, he's back.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Yeah, so Invincible.
Great.
Invincible is an amazing show. It's a decent comic. Which is surprising to say.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen The Boys, it isn't. No, it's not. It is a bit like The Boys, but it isn't. It is.
Well, I
very,
mean-
it's the idea of The Boys, but it's very
It's an R-rated superhero show.
yeah. So it's a bit like The Boys in terms of Omni-Man is this Superman-like kind of villain.
Yeah, he's
Which
evil
isn't
Superman.
a spoiler, because you see in the first episode,
He literally murders the Justice League, yeah.
Yeah, he literally like breaks someone like skulls.
They're called Guardians
going
of the Globe.
around. Yeah, Guardians of the Globe. He breaks Black Batman like head open.
Yeah. He squeezes the Flash, kind of.
Yeah.
Russian Flash.
And yeah, so
It's great.
it's a really well done show. The comic. I'm going again. Why? All right. The comic it isn't paced very well because the Guardians of the Globe in the comic basically mean nothing because they are like killed off in the first like 10 pages.
Yeah.
The entire like first episode is about the Guardians of the Globe, which is about 40 minutes long.
Yeah, and there was a bit of what's he called? What's the main character? Mark.
Invincible. Mark. Yeah. That's why the entire show's called Invincible, by the way, because he's called Invincible, which are
Yeah, she's super.
shown to be in several episodes. He isn't very invincible.
Yeah, what it's supposed to show is like cocky teenage attitude of I'm a superhero. So
Oh, I'm a superhero, so I must be invincible. Especially if your dad is Omni-Man, which is
yeah.
what he's called. Oh my god!
And
You
he didn't
probably do know
expect his
who
dad to
Omni-Man
be-
is just because of the memes. Literally,
Yeah.
Omni-Man has surprisingly made so many memes about him.
Yeah, the one of them twerking. I guess.
Twerking.
The meme of him just throwing his son through a train, murdering all the people.
Yeah.
He's in
Just
loads
a
of
few
me.
more years.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
Think, Mark, think.
If we do the Vibes podcast again.
And J.K. Simmons is the voice actor of Omni-Man. He's great.
J.K. Simmons is great. He was already
Yeah,
an amazing actor before, but now it really like even as a voice actor, he's amazing.
Yeah, even Steven Yeun as
It genuinely
Invincible
felt like
or Mark
that was
is
him.
great.
Steven Yeun as well, amazing. The voice acting for Invincible is really good. They got a great cast. It's amazing. I love
Yeah, it's Robert Kirkman getting fucking Steven Yeun again. Because he's fucking great. It's the same guy who makes Walking Dead comics, made Invincible. Not sure how involved he is in the show, but I think he's involved quite a lot.
Again, another kind of gem. I won't say it isn't the greatest thing to happen in 2021, but it's definitely a watch. It's up there with the must watch of this year. If you have anything else, if you've got a couple spare, you got some spare time, watch it. It's a great watch. It's very captivating. There's basically always something happening. It's a very good story.
Yep.
Especially, I want to see what they do with the story later on, because the only reason the comics are really good, and I bring this up, is because after all, like, the kind of, like, first act, like, the first season and all that, it gets really, really good. Like, really good.
Yeah.
And also,
Well,
because of how Invincible is made, it's different universes as well, and it has been confirmed that this Invincible timeline is going to be different from the comic timeline.
Yeah. But I hope, well, I mean, Amber isn't white in the show either, so
Yeah.
it's pretty different to the comic.
It's very different. I love how people, like, I've seen a couple of videos on it, but everyone's like, oh my god, Amber's such an ass. It's like, yeah, she is.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's like, you can't make time for me? No, I'm
Like,
saving
someone's
you.
like, oh, he's
Why
not going to reply to me, and then why she's doing that? He's been, like, basically beaten to death by that big wolf man, or lion man.
Oh my god, why would you text me? Sorry, babe, I was getting beaten up downtown.
My big fucking alien, and he killed me.
You see that on telly? Yes, me. Oh, damn, that would do it. And then she knows that he's invincible. It's like, wow, you know? It's like, yeah, I know. And she still fucking has a hissy fit anyway. It's like, oh, are you serious? Leave the man
Yeah.
be. He's just trying to do stuff. He's just
That's
trying
great
to do his job. He's just trying to not get punched by the big old fist. Big old fistums. It's brother. Chicken pot pie, my favorite. It's the fact is he walks into the cell where it's like, do we ever find out which one's the clone? I can't remember. I don't think we did.
No.
But he walks up to the cells. He's just eating it. He's just having a chicken pot pie. He's just eating it. To get his.
Yeah.
Tell me you're the clone. No. Fine, I'm the clone. Let me out. Okay. You'll get it once you watch it.
Everyone should watch it. It's great.
Just
Good
watch it.
idea.
It's amazing. Just
Season 2 eventually.
eventually, hopefully. Watch The Boys as
Yeah.
well. The Boys isn't anything
Yeah, it's
new.
great.
Season 2
Well, I
was
still like it.
Season 2 came out when we were doing the podcast anyway, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, we probably talked about it.
I think we talked about it a couple times. It's a great show. If we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Which is also about the kind of like R-rated superheroes of, wow, these superheroes. It's meant to, like, to be fair, it's also that kind of like horror of like, wow, what if this superhero is evil? But it's also the thing of, wow, when you realise it, this is what it would be like.
Yeah, and Vought is kind of taking the piss out of Hollywood and how they, because one of their characters that comes out as like lesbian or whatever, and then they start going, oh, we should like make this like a big thing like for publicity.
Girls
We're
get
just,
it done.
yeah, it's just like shut
Girls
up.
do get it done.
It's just making fun of like how Hollywood is like, oh, that's just like, you know, the scene in fucking Endgame where they just get all the women to fight together, even though some of them haven't even met each other, and Valkyrie wouldn't get on with most of them. But it's like that scene. It's like, what?
The thing is, I remember hearing about that. Well, I remember seeing it. And I remember hearing about people complaining about it, and I think one of the points people brought up was, well, before that, you got like Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man like fighting, and that's when you got your moment. And it was like, no, that's because they're the main three figureheads of the goddamn franchise, guys. That doesn't make any sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter that they're men. It matters the fact that, you know, these were the three that started off the goddamn MCU. These were literally the
We
first.
didn't even see much of the women because they just threw them in so quickly. They were like, look at them. It's like, what?
It would have made more sense if they like slightly like piled them in and then they would have introduced themselves mid-fight. That would have been sick. I would have loved that. It's the fact that all of them just kind of appeared out of nowhere, like, you've got company, and it's like,
Oh, we are women, we are friends, beep-boop, beep-boop.
it's like,
no,
wait,
what?
hold on a minute. Why are all of them over here? What about this dude over there that's dying? Oh no.
Yeah, I
Save
can
this.
imagine, like, Valkyrie and Captain Marvel probably getting along. And, I like the scene with, what film was that, though? Oh, that was Endgame as well, was it? When Scarlet Witch went in?
I think
Or is that Infinity War?
I don't know specifically which one you're on about, to be fair.
Where she, like, throws them, like, what's her name? The woman with the spear.
Into like the giant blade.
Okoye.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Okoye, Black Widow, and, Scarlet Witch. And then she, like, gets them big well things and bonks
Yeah,
that
that's
woman
Infinity
with
War. That's Infinity War.
Alright. See, that was better.
And surprised because it's one of the. I think it's a reoccurring thing of, wow, these people are really loud. But MCU fans are also looked down upon like Dream fans are. And I will.
Because some
I do
MCU
understand
fans are
it.
fucking stupid.
I understand it. And this is why I sympathise with Dream and all that kind of stuff. It's because it is the loud majority. It's a loud vocal group that are extremely annoying. Like, can you just not shut up for like a second, maybe? Like, seriously, guys, like, calm it down. Like, cool, he makes pretty good content, but like, shut up. It's the same thing with MCU. It's like, wow, I can understand how this can be boring.
Oh, and then I hate the people that are like, oh, all the films are the same. Wow, so many people have said that. What an original concept. What an original opinion you have there. Shut up.
And also,
Just let people enjoy it.
it's
like,
exactly true.
Yeah, exactly. Just let people enjoy it.
Did they watch the movie? Did you watch it?
Yeah, and maybe the first film of the superhero would be similar, but that's just movies for you. Most movies, like romantic films, how many of them are similar? So many rom-coms and romantic films are the same story, but Marvel just does. It has the same.
I will say when
thing.
Marvel started out, the movies were pretty similar. Like Iron
Exactly.
Man and Thor were kind of the same kind of story. Thor was a bit longer.
Yeah, but if you
Captain
think
America,
about it, it's
though,
the
was
same
not.
thing.
Captain America's a completely different film. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
you
with
see
Iron Man
them
2.
before, and then they get the superpowers. Then you see them after, and then you see like the bad guy, and then they have the big battle at the end. They win. kind of. I mean,
Yeah, it's like
say
it's
Captain
like
America
Captain
1, I
America.
guess.
It's like Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 is a completely different movie from Thor: Dark World. Thor: Dark World might be a bad movie, but it's written completely different from all the other ones. It just
Yeah.
is.
But like for Ragnarok, that's completely different.
Oh, that's
Like once they get to the third or second film, they kind of change it.
yeah.
Like, oh, Shang-Chi's like Black Panther. No, it's just a shut up.
It's just
Just
us
because a
fighting.
Chinese man, alright? It's not really the same. Like,
Bruh. I need to watch Shang-Chi.
it's yeah, me too. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Caitlin said it was good. I trust that. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I
thought
think
it
it
was
looked
gonna be
good.
I
Yeah, the
thought it
trailer
looked
looked
amazing.
sick.
I was like, screw it. Even if it is one of those kind of like funny knockoff like kung fu movies,
And
I
people,
love it. So who cares? But loads of people are like, oh
yeah,
my god, Shang-Chi's gonna be so bad. It's like, wow, it's because you don't know
we've
who the
got
hell Shang-Chi is. Neither do I, but
yeah,
I
we've
know,
got a
you know what he
Spider-Man
has? He has
trailer
the
as well
10
now.
rings. Even if it isn't like the 10 rings that are on his finger. It's
Oh
close
my
enough.
god! Wait, hang on. What Marvel shows have we talked about?
We haven't talked about any, I don't think. I know we have. We
What
talked
the
about
fuck?
WandaVision.
Oh yeah.
We talked about...
Oh, well, I mean, I can't really
We didn't talk
speak
about
to you
Falcon and the Winter
with you
Soldier.
about What If,
No.
because you haven't seen it.
What If's great, though. I know the newest one's about Doctor Strange going evil, but that's in all of the trailers, so...
Yeah. Oh well. What other
To
shows
give it
do
a
we get?
rundown,
Oh,
What If is a MCU show that is all about different ideas, different endings, or different stars.
yeah, different multiverses and what happens.
It's all about the multiverse thing. So the first one, what's the first one about? It's about Captain Carter.
Yeah.
The second one's
So,
about, like, if
uh,
Star-Lord was T'Challa.
yeah.
The third, what is the third one about?
The third one is if all the Avengers die.
Right, and then the fourth one is Doctor Strange being evil.
Doctor Strange turned evil. And apparently, next episode is the Killmonger one. Oh no, Party 4. Whatever the fuck that could be. After that is Killmonger. And then we get, like, another one. And then I think in October, I hope they finish it with the zombies. Because that'll make sense in October.
You know what we haven't talked about? Bad Batch.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
We may
Forgot
have
about
started talking about the Bad Batch, but we never finished it because the ending only came out like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No, we probably just talked about when it was, like,
Yeah, but it was starting.
revealed.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
So the Bad Batch finally actually came out. There's loads of people. Some people actually complained about some of the episodes, which is crap. I thought all the episodes were
Because
great.
shit.
It's an
Yeah, me
amazing
too.
show. If you like Star Wars and you like the Clone Wars, like the animated series, even if you don't like it, just watch it. It's great. Actually, no, do watch the Clone Wars first. Watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Cares. If you're like, oh, Clone Wars animated series, but it's like, it's about like the
Fucking
prequels,
great.
and it's like, animated, and it's like kids. It's like, no, it isn't. Trust me. They literally like gun down like civilians in it. Just watch it. The first
I'll
like 2
cross-second it on
seasons
war
are like for
crimes.
kids. Every other season, no. There is a way of watching it though, because it's not in chronological order. You can find it online.
Yeah, if you want. It's the best. Yeah, you just go on the Star Wars website and it literally gives you the order.
Yeah. It's the same
Because if
thing
you
with
watch it the
MCU
order it
films.
came out, it's just confusing.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I can understand why it pops people off though, because they're watching it, but you have to watch it in a weird way.
Yeah, you have to watch it in the weirdest order
But-
possible.
You have to, because otherwise it's just weird, because the order is mismatch. And so, I think in like season 3 or 4, that's when it just becomes in chronological.
Yeah.
So you can just watch it normal. I think there's like 2 episodes that aren't, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's so good, man.
Yeah. Watch that and watch Bad Batch, or just watch Bad Batch. We can shit. Oh, you'll just
Yeah.
ruin one of the best storylines. That's it. No, you won't understand Echo.
Oh, Echo's great. Favorite clone, man.
Just watch it. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
Already
Joel's not going to be on the Joel's not going to be on the podcast.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's not home for another 4 hours, and strangely enough, I'm not waiting until like 1 a.m.
Why not? 3 a.m. fucking podcast, bro.
Oh, I think I'll get beaten for that.
Oh yeah,
You know what
oh yeah.
You know what the small thing. It's just a little thing. The
Yeah.
goddamn anchor which is the thing we use, Anchor. If you want to do your own podcast, I could actually put an advertisement here just for the laugh. But Anchor is a little thing that lets you make podcasts. Now, it's made by Spotify. It's endorsed by Spotify. It was created by Spotify.
Oh.
Spotify has this, and basically, you can make your own podcast. You can slap it on the website for free. It's a great deal.
Oh.
There's really nothing bad about it. Problem is, nowadays, because they advertised it so much, and so many people were like, hey, look, we've got time over lockdown. Guess what people started doing?
Yeah.
Making podcasts. And now their download thing is a lot more optimized for smaller packages in terms of data. So it's kind of capped out at 250 megabytes. So I have to upload every single chunk of the Vibers podcast separately. I have to cut it into 3 pieces because an hour is like 755. So I have to slice up the Vibers podcast like it's a cake and put it in. And I tested the very raw version of it. It's on Spotify. You can listen to it, and about every single 20 minutes, it will actually swap it. You won't hear a difference, which is great, thankfully. But it's just an annoying process that I have to do. And Spotify, if you're listening, and you can hear me, change it. Because it's stupid. You're
Change
stupid.
it.
You're dumb.
You're fucking stupid.
Why?
You're dumb.
It's way too much effort just for me to sit there for about 10 minutes. You realize how long it took me to figure that out as well, Ryan? It took me ages. I was sat there in my underwear for 20 minutes sat on my PC, and every single time I'd upload one, then I'd go back to bed, then I'd wake back up. Well, I wouldn't wake back up. I'd just get back up because I was on my phone. I'd sit back down in the chair, upload the next one, go back into my bed, sit on my phone for a bit, go back, up the next one, then go back again, and then come back up, and then type in all the stuff about the episode, and then publish.
Yeah.
It's just daft. Spotify, if you're listening, change it. You dumb.
It's daft.
You're probably not listening, because guess what? Who cares? It's a bunch
You
of
fucking bro.
strange British
Drago again.
boys sit around.
We're going insane. We're literally going mad. They'll probably feel sorry for us. I'll probably change it because they think we're mentally ill.
I think Charlie's drunk. I think he said this in the Vibers chat, but
Cringe.
he's not saying many good words about many ethnic groups.
Whoa. No. Let me see. What's he doing? What's this fellow doing?
Not very good things. I don't know.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Charlie's racist.
I think he did give me a bit of an alert, which makes me feel like he wasn't that drunk. He said, I'm pissed out of my mind, I'll say something I shouldn't. You see the thing with...
No, he's...
And then you go to
He's joking.
Go to Guatistan.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's a Jewish cat right there. Yeah, it's funny. Bastards listening to Kickstart My Heart.
Who is?
I'll tell you this now. He's only listening to that because it was in the Battlefield trailer.
Wait, who is?
Charlie, I looked in his story. And he said, ask me a question. And he's got Kickstart My Heart by the Motley Crue.
Oh, it was in fucking Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, it was as well.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Wasn't that Rock Me Like a Hurricane, or does it both fit in there? I think it's both. I think both are in it.
Calvert, hang on, I know we're in the middle of the... Look what the fuck I just sent you.
Am I gonna have to edit this in?
No, probably not. Probably not a good idea.
Reportedly, Fortnite has disabled almost all emotes for the MLK event. One that is still enabled stands out. Epic Games has a deal with DC for Wonder Woman, so her emote remains. Her emote is cracking a whip. Jesus Christ, who thought this event was a smart idea?
It's so bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the MLK Fortnite event is fucking stupid.
How did we not talk about that? How did we not bring that up?
Yeah, it's really. I feel like
So,
it's just really offensive.
if you don't know what
wrong.
Fortnite is, I'd be surprised.
You're mentally retarded. Go outside, teach grass.
But
Anyway,
this isn't a meme. Even if you saw it like a glance, it isn't a meme. There's a Martin Luther King event.
luckily there's no skin. There's no MLK skin.
When's my Marcus Garvey event? Fortnite, eh?
Where's my fucking Malcolm X?
Where's my Malcolm X skin? When can I roll up and be a Black Panther? When can that happen?
Brr.
Chesterstown.
What a guy.
Bruh. Just yikes. No, video games should not get involved with real life politics. Especially, well, it's not even politics.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry, guys.
the civil rights movement in general. Strange enough, a Fortnite Battle Royale is a kids game. It is not one for the educated mind. Do not.
They literally
I
added
swear to God.
imposters and a few weeks later added the MLK fucking event.
Yeah. But Among Us, no. No. Stop it.
I really do not like that game.
I
don't know
mind
why.
Among Us, I just don't like the community. And I feel like it's not even the community. I feel like, genuinely, I feel this is a conspiracy right here. The community wasn't like that until people saw that, you know, like that, like, random, like, try not to laugh, Among Us edition. And it's that, like, random girl that I think has, like, a mental disability or something. And she kept listening to like Among Us memes, and then I think people saw that and they went, "Let's look up more Among Us memes." And they found all the cringe ones, and they posted them online. People were like, "Oh my god, people actually do this," and then it just grew. It grew like a tumor. I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah, and then do you remember all them people that go in, like, tried to make...
I don't think it was the Among Us community that was trying to spread it.
No, some of the community made me want to kill myself, like the fucking...
No, obviously, but I feel like it was more of like the people that are doing ironically spread it more than the people that actually were in it. And I don't hate the game, to be fair. I don't hate the game. The game's fine. The game's boring. I'm gonna say that now. It's a boring game. Just because you can only really play it like a good couple times, and then that's it. It has a lifespan. You can add more maps in. Cool. They added one singular map in. That's it. They added one more map.
Yeah, and I don't get how they use like this Twitch streamers could play it so long. Like I know they have loads of friends, but just I don't know.
To be fair, as a deception game, it's probably one of the only really good ones. I will say there are better ones. There's one, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Enemy Aboard. It's one where you actually genuinely, well, it was made before, it wasn't made before Among Us. It was made before Among Us was popular.
Yeah.
And I think it's made by a couple of League of Legends devs. Which shows you that, you know. But
oh no. Oh no.
To be fair, League of Legends is fine. It's the community. Again, it's the community. It's the same thing with Dota.
Yeah.
It's community things. Even though I don't think you really know about Dota.
I can't know of it.
Yeah. It's just one of those things of. It's one of those games that people get really angry in, and it's kind of the worst version of someone's self, as the Christian schools would put it.
Yeah.
Don't be the worst version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself. Oh my god, guys. You should be the best version. If you like the best version, you're like the best and you're the best and the best. Oh my god, you're so good, you're so good. And God loves you. It's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, damn.
I hate those people. I wanted to strangle that old man with a fucking rope. I was gonna Rottweiler him like it was Russia. Like, I'm not being funny, but like, seriously, shut up.
She fucking thing. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Where am I?
What's your name? Go fuck yourself.
Oh god, it was those teachers that always said it as well, though. You should be the best version of yourself.
Aw, teachers. Aw, I hate school, bro. Makes me want to headbutt a
It's just
wall.
one of those. School was more
What the
dependent
fuck is going on?
on your than it was dependent on the teacher. Oh my god, I hate this world. Anyway, the school was more dependent on the people than it was the actual teachers. I will say that now. Teachers can
Yeah,
be boring.
for fuck's sake.
The people can be bad. I don't think there's
Oh,
any.
I just hate school, man.
I don't think there's any like terrible teacher. I don't think any teacher's gonna come up to you and grab you by the head and slam your head straight into the desk and give you a skull.
No, I had some terrible teachers. But then again, my school was shit.
Yeah. That is true.
Lift up a kettle, by the way. Try and make a tea. Like what? What? There's something else that we were going to talk about and I fucking forgot.
Did we? What's that?
Well.
Oh no, we've forgotten.
Oh no. Oh, music review. I might get a music review as well.
Yeah, we might get a music review. Because, especially with Donda. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know what the new
Maybe
Drake
Drake's one.
album's like.
I
It's
don't
out
think
now.
he
A lot of
likes
people
it.
have been liking it. A lot of people have been liking it.
I don't like it.
It's a lot
It's
more
boring and
positively
shit.
reviewed than the Kanye one. Have you listened to it?
Yeah, I don't like Drake's
I don't
song.
like it. Oh my god, Drake, stop talking about your mom, bro. Like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah, Donda I didn't mind. I only liked a
Donda
few
has a good
songs.
couple songs in it. I will say that.
Yeah.
A good couple bangers. But majority of the album, pretty crap.
Pretty cringe, bro.
It's cool that it is a memorial to Kanye's dead mother.
Yeah.
And there was one of the songs that was calling out the goddamn like system, goddamn law enforcement system, and how this dude's dad has been in prison for literally like fucking ages.
Yeah.
That was a good song. That was a banger. It was Greg's promoted message, and I liked it. 'Cause it was actually good.
Yeah.
But
Pretty
overall,
good song,
Donda, pretty bad. It's not that good. And I don't know how they could have released some of those songs. It just didn't sound good. I don't know how anyone was like, "Oh yeah, this is great. It's great. Just release it." Yeah. It's like I think whenever you think about it, it's like how do you let something like this happen? There's always those kind of moments of, I played it, they've played it, we know what it is. Why do we see how it's bad and they don't? Sort of thing. Are we listening to the same thing here, Kanye? Are you that big of an ego trip that, like, you don't realize that your music sounds terrible? Like, come on, bro. Like, seriously, it's like whenever games do terribly, or like lag terribly, or glitch terribly. It's like, I've played it. You should have played it. How didn't you see what I saw? It's one of those things of, you should have seen it, and I have seen it. Why didn't you do anything about it? Doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. SCP-096 is breach contained.
He's fucking boring.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this since
Redacted. But yeah. It's just strange. Video games.
Video games.
You know what did happen? E3.
What happened?
E3.
E3?
We
Did
didn't
it?
talk about it. We haven't talked about it yet.
Wait, what?
We didn't talk about E3. I know E3 is like ages ago. But we can
Oh.
talk about like the aftermath
Oh.
of it.
I thought you were talking about the one years ago.
Oh. Oh.
What happened? What did we get? Nothing
It was
really.
like it was the really crap one. You know, with the Nintendo thing, not that, and the weird.
Oh yeah, we got that one guy.
It was that. There was literally it. Halo Infinite. I could talk about Halo Infinite for a bit.
Alright, but E3 wasn't that good really.
It was pretty bad. It was one of the worst E3s I've ever seen. The only good segments were Nintendo and Microsoft. That was it.
Yeah.
Every other thing was crap. There was a panel about like diversity. Apparently it was alright. But it was one of those things where it was also iffy at the same time. It was like, okay.
But the thing is, people, I know, like, yeah, that's nice, but people were expecting games, and that happened, and they were kind of like,
Guys, come
oh.
on. Come on, bro.
And people are like, yeah, but why? What do you mean, why was we expecting games to be revealed on E3? Maybe because that's what it does? Not quite
Yeah,
sure,
this entire thing that's centered around game release, that's showing off
but it just
new
seems weird about
games.
guys, did you know that being diverse, guys, don't be racist. Yes. You're saying that to gamers, though. I know that's a cringe word, but most people that play games
Don't
don't
really
give a
give a
shit.
damn.
It's like in Call of Duty, where it's like, guys, don't be racist. What? What? Excuse me? You can't say that to COD gamers. They just ignore it. Like, Jesus.
Now, I will say, most people that are up for playing a video game most likely aren't the most racist human being on the planet. At least depending
Yeah,
on
but
what
there's
kind
a
of games they
lot.
play.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot of racist people that play games.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if they're racist. They're just edgy fucks.
No, they are. It's most people just attention seek. It's not even like...
Yeah. It's fucking. But yeah,
Usually
talk
racism
about
is...
Halo for.
It's one of the things of... Yeah. Alright. Good enough
Yeah.
Halo. Halo Infinite is... It looks great, actually. I remember we talked about it on the podcast a couple times. We said it's kind of a hit or miss thing. It's either it's gonna work or it's gonna be terrible. It looks great.
Oh, and we.
It means great. I know how it's gonna not work, and I know how it's gonna work. So, Halo Infinite, the good side of it. The really good side of it is the sandbox is mostly extremely balanced. Thankfully, we saw in the mechanical demo that most things are really good. It looks amazing. Sounds pretty decent. You know, stuff happens.
The multiplayer is free.
The sandbox is great. The multiplayer is free. The battle pass is not free, but you have to pay for it once. Once.
Once.
Yes.
Jesus.
You have to pay for
That's
it
not
once,
bad.
and then you get everything else. You get all the other next battle passes, which is amazing. New AIs, which, to be fair, no one really asked for. They kind of did it in Halo Reach, but it was.
I think they did want new AIs because the 1 in 5 were fucking.
And the Halo
something.
5 ones were like pretty strange. The new AI basically they just tell you stuff around the map in a different way. It's only cosmetic. It doesn't give you any advantage. Some of them might have smaller like lines to say, or they might be more calculating or something. But
It's
most of
open
the
world,
time,
isn't
it
it?
really isn't gonna give you an advantage. Open world. The campaign's gonna be open world. I'm not into that yet though. We really don't know anything about the campaign, to be fair.
Yeah, all we know is it's
The only
open
thing is
world.
gonna be open world. There's a couple of like maybe bases around places. Just a bunch of stuff. We don't know how it's going to work though. We don't know what the fundamentals of it, because obviously it's an open world game. There's going to be a lot more under fundamentals.
But there must not
than
be
just
that many
FPS.
humans though. So
No,
maybe
it's
it'll be like Chief trying to claim bases,
going
like
to be
get
Chief
more
trying to
rescue
gather
teams.
up the revenants of like Marines.
Yeah, or make like a fucking rebellion or whatever.
Yeah. The entire we do know where it's based. It's going to be based on Halo Ring, I believe, which is sick because we haven't had that much roaming in Halo Ring.
Yeah, it was only a linear path, really, wasn't it?
And we kind of know there's going to be like air transport and stuff. The only air transport we've seen is the Wasp. The Hornet isn't going to be in, the Falcon isn't going to be in. It's one of those weird things. The reason why the Falcon and the Wasp aren't in is because they're weirdly hard to balance.
Yeah.
The Falcon I can see coming back. It's the thing of it's only the start of the game. Halo Infinite is going to be a several year project of slowly and maybe not even slowly, just eventually getting to a large-scale project, a very large-scale thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's gonna be the campaign. I don't think it's gonna get worked on a lot after release. It might, obviously bugs and everything, but I don't know if there might be more side missions. But they will continuously develop it. It will be the last Halo game for a good 10 years.
We'll probably just get DLC and shit like that, and expansions.
It will just be continuously, through 3 updating Halo Infinite. It's going to be like what COD's trying to do with the Cold War, basically.
Except I think Cold War will end eventually.
It's going to be a lot more long-term than
Call of Duty Cold War will stop when Vanguard comes out.
Yeah.
Well, it won't. It'll still be around for a bit, but I mean... Yeah.
It's the thing of it's COD. COD's stupid. We'll get on Halo though. The bad things so far that I've seen in Halo which really isn't even bad, it is actually pretty bad. There's most likely it won't launch with a lot of game modes. It will launch with like the classic game modes, but it'll do the Halo 5 thing.
Yeah.
It won't launch with a lot of them. It won't launch with a good amount of many of the classic ones. And I don't know if it's going to launch with Infection. We don't know if it's going to launch with anything. We don't know what's confirmed. We know what's actually we do. We know Capture the Flag, Slayer, Oddball, and all that is kind of confirmed. But we don't know if Infection is. Infection literally could be like a week after launch. I don't know. We have no clue. That's one big drawback. The one that's kind of out of their hand at the moment is that I believe Forge is going to be delayed, and what else is going to be delayed? I can't remember. There's a second one.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
Forge is going to be delayed.
Something.
The reason why, though, isn't 343's fault. You really can't blame them for it. The reason why it isn't working is because Forge was actually outsourced to a different company. I do not know what company it is, but it isn't 343's fault. It isn't. Because it literally isn't even them. I'm going to look up what it is.
People, 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 people.
It won't launch with co-op campaign. Right. That's what it was.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Co-op campaign, that was the
To
one,
be
yeah.
fair, when you think about it, it's not exactly the worst thing. Because it's not going to launch without it, but it's going to get there eventually. And it kind of makes sense when you think about what the campaign is. It isn't a regular Halo campaign.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's not a mission by mission. It's not linear. It's not continuous. It's Skyrim. Think about Skyrim. Think about that big
Yeah, the
world.
thing is,
Think about what that is.
the thing
You
about
don't
this
see
open world Halo is so many people are going to play it different ways, which is good. Because they can play it their way. Whereas the original Halo, yeah, you can play it a bit different. But you do have to, at the end of the day, do the same thing in the same way.
And that's the thing about Infinite, is the reason there's no co-op campaign, which it makes sense. I'm not giving an excuse here, I'm giving the reason. This is an excuse, this is a reason why co-op campaign isn't going to launch with it, is because it's a lot more complicated than you think.
Yeah.
If you think, for a single second, that
But
343...
it will be a thing eventually, which will be pretty
It
cool.
will be a thing, which is the really good thing, because when you think about it, there really aren't that many co-op open world games. There's a good amount of survival ones. There's no Halo open world game. There's not even a co-op open world like Halo game. It's gonna be one of the brand new things. It isn't it's a single. It's a campaign mode as well. The multiplayer isn't gonna be the same as the campaign. And it's gonna be all different kind of missions. It's gonna be all different kind of events. And it's gonna be all focused on one singular server. It's not Destiny. Destiny is based on literally multiplayer. There is no campaign for Destiny. Is there? Campaign for Destiny is literally multiplayer.
No, they fucking got rid of it, the dumb kills.
If you try and compare it to that, you're stupid and you're an idiot. Think about it, genuinely.
Well, in a way, it's kind of similar, but I mean, it's not.
It is, obviously.
Exactly the same.
Well, sci-fi open world game. It is similar. But when you think about it, in terms of it being a single player campaign by yourself and then adding one more person to it, it's a lot harder.
I'm really excited about the new multiplayer though.
Yeah.
Just looks gonna be cool.
They really, oh my god, they've done the sandbox justice, man. And here comes like Halo fans again ruining the game with what appears to be the plasma carbine. So the plasma carbine is a mixture of the storm rifle and the carbine, which is the little like single shot plasma gun.
Yeah.
Which you could have a and then it shot out a little canister at the top and you plonked one back in. That gun. So it's a mixture of that and the storm rifle. The storm rifle was the really crappy assault rifle Covenant thing that 343 added, which would brrrr, and then it'd vent. And it was kind of like the one that was in Halo Reach, which is the plasma rifle. But the combination of it is a medium to long range weapon. It's not a short range weapon. It's got a projectile, but it homes slightly. So it's really good at medium range. And because of how dumb some Halo players are now, and they expect, like, oh, battle rifle must be the only thing that's really good, is they didn't know how to use it for the longest time. So you got a bunch of people complaining on Twitter, like, oh, Plasma Carbide's so bad, why did they even add this? I'm like, oh my god, no. But it really, it fixes a giant hole in the sandbox. It actually kind of outguns the battle rifle at medium range. Genuinely, it's a really good weapon. And people, for some strange reason, can't get their concept around, oh, maybe I shouldn't run straight towards someone. Maybe I should stay a distance from them. Because that was the entire thing. That was basically the big old thing with Halo was, wow, battle rifle, pretty good. Precision weapons basically rule every single Halo game, and finally, when we have a projectile weapon, it's really good. People are like, wow, this is really crap. It's like, no, it isn't. It's great. Shut up. You're stupid. You don't know anything about
They
it.
just want to moan about everything, though.
You just want to moan about everything.
They're moaning about running again. I was like, no. If it's an open world game, we need fucking running. For the love of God.
Aha. But this is where 343 got people, because running isn't as good as it used to be.
I mean, it's still running. Like, as long as I can move faster, that's fine.
Literally, like, just a bit faster. It's still faster.
That's fine with me.
But it's literally, like, just a bit.
But to be fair, it's open world, so most people will be going for, like, cars and aircraft anyway.
So you can actually play Halo Infinite just by walking around, and most likely you won't be hindered too much. Obviously, you still need to run a bit, but also there are some debuffs to running now as well, which there usually were anyway, but it's just one of those things where they've actually added running to the sandbox. People are okay with it. You know what? Considering that running has been a staple in the FPS franchise for a good couple of years, and as soon as Halo put it in, people got really angry. They could shut up. I don't care. It's basically a core mechanic for FPS at this point.
Yeah.
For most FPSs, it is a core mechanic, especially casual FPSs. In competitive, not so much. Casual, yes. Because most of the time in competitive FPSs, instead of having a run, they have reduced movement speed depending on what weapon they have out. Obviously in Halo, that's not the... I don't think there's any difference between movement speed depending on what weapon you have. There might be. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't played it. I wasn't there for the tech. And also, a lot of people were complaining about the graphics and everything in the tech demo.
Fuck off.
Which is surprising, because in the little demonstration they did, where everyone came in and played multiplayer, it's a mechanical demo. It's only meant to showcase the mechanics. It is not meant to showcase
Wonder why graphic no good.
So there was a bunch of people like, oh, why isn't this happening? Why is this grenade effect not that good? It's because, well, they're not finished with the game, are they? They're working on it. It is the reason it's called a mechanical demo is because it is showcasing the mechanics.
Yeah.
Isn't showcasing the game, showcasing mechanics. Just showing, ooh, shoot a gun this way, you move this way, and thing right here. Look at this map. This map was alright. I will say, the 343 map design, it's decent. It's good. It's alright. But it's not recognizable. Which surprisingly isn't the worst thing. So that's why it's fine. That's why I'm okay with it. Because it's not bad. They're not bad layouts. They're not terrible. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
They're good maps. They're not amazing, but they're good maps. But they just don't look unique. Maybe it's because of the mechanical demo. Maybe they look different at the end of the game. We won't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It's just, but so far, game map wise, looks decent. Look good.
Yeah.
It's looking Halo Infinite, looking great. That's the report. Yeah. Oh god. Nothing bad to report from Halo Infinite. It's looking great.
And we've always talked about first-person shooter. We got fucking Battlefield 2042 coming out.
Battlefield 2042
next month. 22nd of October.
Yeah. Oh my god, we've been running for a while.
Yeah. Fuck.
We'll talk about Battlefield, and then we'll end it. Because it's getting to an hour 14.
Oh Jesus.
Right, so Battlefield 2042. Obviously, strangely enough, part of the Battlefield franchise. Who would have guessed? After the travesty of Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5, for those who don't know, it was shit. It was terrible. I
Now,
don't know
what happened with it? It was good shit, good shit, good, and then shit.
It was... the reason why Battlefield 5 wasn't good was because, one, it was appealing to people of a different audience that nobody cared about. And they realised that mistake in Battlefield 2042. They didn't at the same time, but we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
And then they terribly designed their maps. Terribly designed. The guns were pretty balanced. It was a decently fun game to play, because obviously, strangely enough, Battlefield, in concept, is a good game. What? That's so weird. Air spam was at an all-time high, which, for people not in Battlefield knowledge, strangely enough, aircraft has an advantage over regular man with gun on ground, which is fine.
Yeah.
If you have it to a certain capacity, it's fine. But the thing is, especially in Battlefield 5, it was terrible. Terrible. It was horrific to see. Don't know. So bad. It just wasn't that good. The big old map problems of Battlefield 5 as well were genuinely, like, there was these out-of-bound areas that would change so often that people would be, like, running from one objective and they just die. For no reason, basically. Because they moved it or something. It's like, give people a time. Battlefield 1 did it. Give people time to move out of an area once something's been captured.
Oh, what? They're like retreating or whatever?
Yeah. They didn't have,
Would it
they
just
didn't
be
really
like,
have that in Battlefield 5. They would
so like, you're
change
moving now and you're just fold.
They would change their boundaries so quickly, especially if someone was in them. I was like, don't do that. Just let people, like, fucking do shit.
Yeah.
It was just strange. And also, from what I can hear with Nile, they changed the time to kill depending on what kind of season it was.
Yeah.
Because they changed it because they wanted new players, because people weren't playing their terrible game.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we got Battlefield 2042. We got the trailer. The trailer, sick. Trailer's amazing.
Yeah.
We got a Render Zook, which is the guy who jumps out of the airplane with his bazooka. He shoots another aircraft. Most of the time it's a jet.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's called. It's called the Render Zook.
We got some badass music on trail.
Kickstart behind by Motley Crue, which is what we talked about earlier with Charlie and the story.
Yep.
That's one of those things. We talked about Battlefield then. We literally like mentioned it in passing and we completely forgot.
Yeah.
And then we got a bunch of cool things. There's a new kind of class system, which I still don't really... I do understand, but I don't. It's a bit dumb. So instead of just having
I don't really like it.
the regular, like, kind of like recon, medic, support, engineer, that kind of stuff, like assault and all that, you now have a bunch of random classes that are kind of like subclasses of each one.
Well, not really, because it's just the class, like the assault, the assault, engineer, sniper, and medic.
They're still there.
Or support are still there, but they've got names now. So it's not just random soldier number 5. It's fucking Greg, Dave, and Phil. And it's like we don't what?
Which ruins it ruins the theme.
Yeah, so the enemy team are gonna look the same. So it's just gonna be clones fighting each other, even though the enemy team is supposed to be China, maybe.
I have not a clue.
I don't think so. I think
There's
it
not
just
really a battle. There's not really a backstory.
it's not really
because there's no
yeah. It's just war against
which
everyone.
is the one downside of Battlefield 2042. There's no campaign, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, I do thoroughly enjoy the Battlefield multiplayer a lot more than I did the campaign. Campaign's good.
Yeah, but some of the
Don't get me
campaign
wrong,
would be
campaign's
nice.
pretty good. But like, just give us a bit of campaign, like, please. It'll maybe
Yeah, like
flesh out the
the
characters a bit more.
one of the trailers showed like Irish and that, and I was like, oh. I think they did have a story, but got rid of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or they had cutscenes, so they just uploaded them. But
But
still-
aside from
still getting it,
that,
obviously.
It looks just good. It's It's a Battlefield game. There's not much bad about it. Can't go
Yeah, it
wrong
just
with
looks great,
Battlefield.
isn't it? One of the maps, the Sandstorm map, looks fucking
Yeah, the
great.
guitar.
Yeah.
It's great. It's amazing. It looks a lot better than Battlefield 5. Just because Battlefield 5 is terrible. It's just... It's great. Gaming this year, surprisingly, is gonna be alright. It's not
It's
amazing.
not the best.
It's not amazing.
Oh, we've got Far Cry 6. Oh no, that's next year, Tom.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's October. Whoa. Anyway, yeah.
So I think that's where we end it.
Yeah.
And that's the Vibers podcast.
Alright.
I think. Well, before we go, if you are at the end of this, ask us if you want us to do anything. Ask us if you want to be a guest. Ask us if you want to do it. Just ask us stuff, man. Ask us what you want to talk about. It would be nice if you want to see what our opinions are on certain things. I don't know. What do you think about Chrome?
Yeah, ask us questions. Ask what you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Because as much as this podcast is actually pretty smooth, there weren't many stops, we can't exactly come up with every single topic. And
Yeah, we can't come up with every topic.
If people
normally if it was me, you, Niall, and Joel, or Joel Allen would come up with something. But it's just us. Sorry about my dogs. That's what they do. Fuck it out. Anyway, yeah.
Well, that's it. Welcome to welcome to season 2 of
the Vibes podcast.
If that's what I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what I'm doing. Might be.
That is all. Might be rude.
Well, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.